Psalm 144:1. Praise be the Lord my rock, who prepares my hands for war and my fingers for battle. This verse really speaks to me in a sense of how the everyday struggles that we have, the struggles we used to have, that God can be our rock, that God can get us through those times. I grew up in school just being constantly made fun of for being overweight, for being the ugly kid, all through elementary, middle school, and high school. I just felt completely worthless. About a year after I got out of high school, I found a girlfriend. We dated for about 3 years. And the relationship wasn't God-centered, but I was in love. She broke up with me about 3 years after we started dating. I felt completely crushed, hurt, right back to the depressive state. And I wanted to kill myself that night when she broke up with me. And I sat in front of a gun cabinet, wondering what gun I should pick, how I should do it. About an hour later, I got a phone call from a friend. I knew that phone call was from God. I knew God led that phone call. My friend said to me, "Don't do anything stupid." And we talked for a couple minutes, hung up the phone, and I walked upstairs and laid in my bed at about 4:35 in the morning and went to sleep. A week or so later, I went to this church group that he invited me to called The Gathering, and I was still feeling that worthlessness, depression, because it was only a couple weeks later, but I was seeking something. I was seeking that void that I still had. And we did worship. I heard the message, and they asked at the end if that message spoke to anybody, if they were seeking the Lord, if they were seeking that void to be filled in their life, then to come forward and pray a prayer to get saved. I walked up there in tears and prayed that prayer, got saved, and they asked the worship team to come up. And the song was How He Loves. And the part that stuck out to me the most in that song was that I am His portion and He is my prize. And that all the regrets that I have, I don't have to maintain anymore. I don't have to hold on to, that I can let go and give to Him. And that just He loves us. And I just gave my life to the Lord that night, and I haven't looked back. I prayed for all my chains to be broken, my chains of depression, my chains of suicide, of my self-confidence issues, and they were broken. I started meeting some really great people there. I started feeling a sense of worth. I started feeling love, comfort from the Lord that I hadn't felt ever in my life. That void that I always had in my life was being filled by something that I never found in any person, in any worldly thing. 2 years after that, in March 2012, I became a leader at The Gathering and started telling people my story and helping lead people to Christ and praying for them and consoling them. I'm Joe, and I am The Gathering.